Right now, while you're watching this, your bank is gambling with your life savings. Not metaphorically, legally, with your permission. You signed the contract, you just didn't read it. But the strangest part, the whole system only works because you trust it. Most people think their money sits somewhere in a vault, safe, waiting. It doesn't. The moment you deposit money, it legally stops being yours. It becomes the bank's assets and your balance. That's just a number they owe you. But here's what makes this stranger than you think. Banks don't just lend your money once. They multiply it. In 1668, Sweden opened the world's first central bank. Their original problem, they kept running out of gold. So they invented something that prevented the gold from running out. The Swedish banker noticed something. People never came back all at once. So they started issuing more receipts that are connected to, for example, 1 kilogram of gold. And nobody noticed, because as long as people believed the receipt was worth gold, it was. The paper was never the trick. Your belief was. And this became the foundation of every bank you ever use today. Your deposit doesn't sit in a vault. It gets lent out to someone else, who spends it and deposits it somewhere else. One deposit, multiple loans. The same money moving through the system like it multiplied. And technically, it did. But this isn't just how bank works. It's how every bank works at the same time with the same money. Which raises a question nobody asks. If every bank is multiplying the deposit at once, how much money does actually exist? The answer is stranger than you think, and it started with a number most people never had heard of. You deposit $100, your bank keeps just 10% of it, the other 90% is gone, lent out to somebody else. That person spends it, lends it in another account at another bank. That bank keeps $9 and lends $9 out. Spend again, deposit it again. Another bank, another 10%, another loan. So now watch what's happening. The same $100 hasn't been multiplied physically, but it's being counted as a deposit by the bank after bank after bank all at once. Add it all up and your $100 can theoretically become 1,000 sitting in the system. Not printed, not created out of thin air, just the same money recorded again and again and again every time it moves. So who decides how thin this can get stretched? One institution, the central bank. They set a reserve ratio. The percentage banks are legally required to hold back. In Europe, that number was about 1%, which means your $100 could technically become 10,000. This ratio is the only safety belt in the whole system, and it's thinner than most people think. Think about the people you know who say, at least I have savings. The ones who check their balances and feel safe. Who tell their kids, don't worry, it's in the bank. That feeling, that relief, it's real. But what it's based on isn't, because the number on that screen was never a guarantee. It was a bet, made on your behalf without asking you. A bet that you and everyone else is holding. A balance at that bank. They'll never want it back all at the same time. Most days, that bet pays off. Nobody notices, nobody questions it. But every banking collapse in history, 1668, 2008, everyone started the exact same way. Not because the money disappeared, because the trust did. For just long enough. And once that happens, it doesn't matter how responsible you were, how long you saved, how careful you planned. Your balance was never yours to guarantee. It was the bank's promise to you. And promises only hold as long as everyone agrees not to test them. Your balance isn't a number, it's a promise. And promises can be broken. So, reserve ratio, money multiplier, 2008. Sounds like history, like theory, like something that has nothing to do with you. But before you click away, ask yourself one thing. When was the last time you looked at your balance and felt safe? Hold on to that moment, because what comes next changes what that feeling of safety actually means. If you made it this far, you're not the same viewer that hit play 7 minutes ago. You see something most people overlook their entire life. This is what they do every week. Uncovering system, hiding in plain sight. Banks, airports, corporations, sports. Things you take for granted until you actually understand them. If that's something you want, subscribe. Not for me, but for you. So next time you're not caught off guard when the curtain drops. You thought this was a video about banks. It wasn't. It was a video about trust. About how much your life is built around promises you will never question. Your balance, your paycheck, your savings, all numbers that only feel real because enough people believe in them at the same time. And maybe that's the real takeaway. Not the system is fragile, but that you never knew it until now. Your balance isn't a number. And again, it's a promise. And promises can and will be broken.